morning, good afternoon, how we all doing? My name is Jacob. Welcome back to or welcome to Tired Reads. Well, this is day something of Winter Reads, and in today's video we are, well, hello, will be reading my anticipated books that I've been wanting to read of 2021, that like new releases and stuff. So we're going to be reading 3 books. I have one picked out already. So that will be The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan. I've been wanting to read this forever. I've loaned the audiobook forever and I just kept putting it off. But we're going to start it today. It's going to be a fun little reading vlog. And then we'll see which ones we pick up next. I'm not too sure which one I'm going to pick up next. I haven't decided, / I still have to figure out which book was released in 2021 and which wasn't. So fun for math. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on this. It's a science fiction set in like they're 2 sisters trying to find each other. I don't really remember much about this, and I've heard mixed reviews about this, but the cover's stunning, the end pages are stunning, and the naked is stunning. It's all just stunning. So hopefully the words inside are stunning. We're just gonna skip the chit chat and dive right into this. Let's get into it. So here's the thing. I'm 130 pages into this of The Ones We're Meant to Find, and I don't really know how to feel. I kind of feel just blah about it. There's an interesting point of the juxtaposition between the 2 sisters and how it's not late. I'm just tired, but how their worlds are being flipped over, how they're both like looking for each other, but they're both having forces working against them that part's very interesting. The writing is okay. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if it's my favorite thing. It's an interesting thing that these chapters are long, but then at the end of the chapter, there's like a really like deep, introspective paragraph about something like this one ended with a paragraph talking about loneliness. The one before it, I really liked. Like it had the line just moments ago, everyone had been so assured of their place in the world before they became I. No one cared when they died. So I was like, damn, Joni went there, okay? But I really like that part. But I think what is happening is that the author, she's trying to cram a lot of like social conversation about climate change. There's a lot of commentary on that it's kind of getting lost at times. The plot's getting lost at times, I mean. Like there's almost too much description, or I guess you could call it world building, trying to set the scenes and remind us of all like climate change, what has happened in this world. But there are interesting moments where they talk about the interface, which is, it's giving me cyberpunk. And they have something inside their body that they can like look and scour the web, and the government somehow controls them, which if I've ever read a dystopian book before, I know that's not going to go well. The part that I don't really like is the redundancy of C's chapters. It's just very, I think I've seen this film before. Like, how many times can I watch you climb around your island collecting things? Like, I guess now we are getting the introduction of this mysterious boy and seeing how that's connected. And, like, the mystery is still intriguing of, like, why is she on that island? And why does everyone else think that she just disappeared or died? So that's what's pulling me through it. But I'm not having the most fun time. I will say that. I'm going to continue. Maybe I could finish it tomorrow. Maybe it's an easy read. Like, it's easy to read, but then we will have to pick up the next one, which of course I picked 3 books that I can get the audiobook for. I should have planned this. I'm also really tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. We'll pick this up in the morning. It is late in the night. It is almost 12:30 a.m. midnight where you at, but I am 266 pages into The Ones We're Meant to Find, and things have taken a turn around like the 200 page mark. We got some plot twisties that really elevated the story, but kind of annoys me that the first 200 pages kind of felt like a prologue, especially with Celia's chapters. But with that said, I'm really enjoying the writing, and there's some beautiful moments in it, some very like profound thoughts, as well as just like some great one-liners. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers, so if you want to skip ahead, just wait until whatever I put on the video goes away. But it turns out that Celia is a bot that Casey creates in tandem with the plan to help save the Earth after a mega quake or whatever. So their plan is to go down below the ocean and go through 3 stages of these bots checking planets, see if it's habitable after 1,000 years. Everything that we're following with in Celia's chapters is actually the bot and not Celia. So we're presuming that she's actually dead, but we still don't know that part. And Antium, is that his name? Actinium is actually the person who everyone thought died because he created a bot of himself that got onto the helicopter that killed his family, and so he survived. And so now I'm thinking he's gonna get some revenge on Casey because Casey beat him to the punch with creating bots that are very human-like. And now my thing is, why did it take this long to get here? I really enjoyed that twist, but I wish it would have happened sooner because I was not caring at all about Celia's perspective because I wasn't seeing the point in her redundantly doing the same thing over and over. So that's my thing about that. But there's a lot of talks about climate change, about classes in society, and there's a whole part about how they choose who gets to wake up after being put under for 1,000 years, being living in these pods. They're put under anesthesia and live in this hollow world. They go on to talk about like how like the people who didn't sign up first, who were reluctant or who've caused the most pollution, like are not going to wake up, and they have control over that. It's just interesting because it gets that age-old question, or not even question, but debate of like, when you are on the lower end of the classes, you see everything that's happening to you, but once you become that person on top that can make those decisions, you all of a sudden become one of them, and you start making decisions that may or may not benefit. Usually they don't, especially if it's a dystopian book. But I have picked up the audiobook, which has helped because I was not into this for a while, for 200 pages. But now I just want to finish it. And I think I have like 100 pages left. I do. I just read a little, because in the back of the book there is Joan does some annotating of the chapter that reveals everything that Caesar bought. There was one part where she was just talking about how she was trying to flip the typical YA tropes on their head. And I will say, like, she definitely did succeed with that in the way that, like, the younger sister is always used to humanize the older one. I am very intrigued to see where this goes next. I have a feeling Bot Celia is someone's not real person. Like, Bot Celia is definitely not real, but I feel like Casey, the one she just woke up, is not real either. Now, I should go to bed, but I might go to bed at the 300 page mark. So we'll see. I'm going to continue reading. We'll check back in tomorrow when I finish this, and we can pick up a new one. How exciting! Because I went book shopping. Since I'm here, and we'll talk about this when I pick it next. Never mind. We'll see you then. I don't know how well you can see me right now. Hopefully you can. But one thing I forgot to mention is that this book also talks about like the sentience of robots and how they would handle humanness. Sure, let's go with that. Because spoilers again, I'm sorry. But when C is revealed to be a bot, she goes back to the island and like, we don't need to tell Hero what happened and all these manufactured thoughts, and she controls her own destiny now. And that's a fun part of science fiction, when the robots get their own sentient. Okay, now I'm gonna continue. So I finished The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan. I think I've been saying that wrong. Joan.
Yes, honey.
Joan Ho. I just finished The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan Ho, and I have mixed feelings about it. I think I really love the writing, but for the plot, I didn't like the first like 200 pages. I found them very repetitive, as I've said many, many times. But I also didn't like how I felt like we got the conclusion, but then we included like another 75 pages of information that felt like one long epilogue. I think the plot was really, it had a lot of great commentary of if, well, not even if, but when robots becomes sentient, like how will it happen? Is very much like a Terminator, but YA. Let's go with that. We have like all these decisions of these, C is making these choices of, she's not Celia. I guess these are still spoilers. Oops. Oh well, here we are. But making these choices of battling, like you're not past the person you were modeled after, but you're your own person. But are you? And all of that intertwining. And I kind of wish we would have ended at the 350 mark, where it just says it just says I swim. I think that would have been a really powerful ending. Though I do understand, and then go into the 6 years later, flash forward. I think that would have tied it up a little bit better. I personally would have enjoyed that a little bit better, but that's just me. Maybe it's different for you, but I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars solely because of the first like 200 pages. It was close to a 4, so maybe 3.5. Either way, I digress. For the next book, that was probably really close and loud. As you saw, I picked up one of my other anticipated reads, which was The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. I'm kind of staying in this sci-fi realm for these books, and this one seems pretty short. This is about clones again. Who knew these were all about clones? But this is about clones. It's a clone having an affair with a woman, created this clone and now the woman created this clone, and now the clone is having an affair with her husband. And I'm assuming the clone and her wife team up and they take down her husband. This is pretty short. It's only like 230 some pages. The other one I got is Rabbits, which I have talked about before. This is almost 400 pages. It is 400 pages. This is basically like, I think it's like Ready Player One, but it's like underground. And first of all, love the cover. Honestly, might be one of my favorite covers of the year. But I think I'm gonna go with The Echo Wife. I've kind of been very intrigued. I feel like this has like a thrillery aspect mixed with science fiction. And apparently I'm reading my 2021 most anticipated sci-fi reads. So yeah, let's get into that. I'm gonna finish my laundry. Oh, but actually I have a package. A package from Novelwix, my favorite Kindle store from Etsy. I'll link them down below. Let me open this and we'll get back to you. Actually, you know what? Let's take it down. Much better. This is our go-to spot, isn't it? I love this. It has great lighting. Okay, why can't I open this box? Oh yeah, I got the mystery bag. So I don't know. Alright, so I restocked on my like favorite candle, which is Camp Weekend Ween. It smells so good, but they didn't have any of the larger sizes, so I just got 2 of the small ones. There she is. So I got 2 orders of those Camp Weekend Weens. It really does smell like a s'more once you start burning it all the way down. And then I got a Comfort Reads. Peppermint Mocha. I love peppermint. I love mocha. Oh, that's a lot of glitter. Oh, I'm never getting rid of that, aren't I? But this one smells, there was a peppermint. It smells like peppermint mocha. I love peppermint mocha. It's one of my favorite holiday drinks. I now have 3 for mystery. First up is Bryce. Forever Red. Ooh, that's red. Not my favorite. It smells like cologne. I feel clean though when I smell it. So that's good. Next up is Winter Solstice, which is peppermint and eucalyptus. I almost did get this one instead of peppermint mocha. That smells nice. That one's the peppermint's not too overwhelming, and I think it helps that the eucalyptus is in there because it mellows it down. The final one is a big boy candle, Narnia, brown sugar and fig. Ooh, that's a gorgeous color. Ooh. Oh, this smells so nice. I don't even know how to describe that smell. It just smells, it's giving me winter. It's giving me a little dash of sweet. Christmas, not very Christmas, but almost like, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know, but it just smells so good. Oh, there's another one. Hidden away. Elaine, Botanical Orchard Nectar. Ooh, that's a vibrant green. Oh, this is a nice spring summer candle. It's a little sweet, a little florally, a little just clean. But yeah, those are, I'm so excited that order finally came in. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. 4 of them were in the mystery bag. What a good time. I'm so happy. These are all good. I might have to burn one soon. I don't even know where to start. I might do that Narnia one. That one smells so good. But Erin from Booked and Busy is hosting some reading sprints that already started. So I'm going to join in. And I think I'm going to start the Echo Wife. And we'll check back in once I get to like, I don't know, 50, 60, 100. And we'll see how far I get. But we'll see you then. Okay. Good morning. I'm currently making my breakfast. So hold on. Ignore the mess behind me. Okay. Listen. So I am 80 pages, so if you hear, there's a lot going on. I got the coffee going. I'm about to make some noise with this pan, so just pay attention. So I am 80 pages into The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. And it's I don't know. I feel like I have mixed feelings at the moment. There's not really much going on. That's such a lie. There's so much going on. So this woman, her name is something that I forget. She's a scientist that's like creating clones and all that jazz. She just won an award for her findings, I guess. And she just divorced her husband, who was her partner in all of this. So she's going through all this drama with her husband now being engaged immediately after they divorced, and come to find out the person this is all in the synopsis. The person that he's engaged to is a clone of her, and this clone is pregnant, and she's all like, you can't get pregnant, you're a clone, and then she ends up killing her husband. The clone's name is Martina. I don't know how to say that, but Martina kills her husband, who is the girl's ex-husband, and they bury the body together, and they're gonna bond. And I think it's gonna be an interesting time. It's a really short book. I am enjoying it. The writing style is nice. It's nice and easy. I feel like I flew through those 80 pages. The science behind the, like, why, or how, I guess, not why, but how the clones are made was different than what I expected. I thought it'd be more like robots. In actuality, it is more, they are like formed in test tubes, and they're like, not test tubes, but they're like, they grow, and their intentions for these clones were for government officials, so they could be in 2 places at once, like stand-ins. Like, they weren't meant to do powerful things. That's why she's very confused on why she's pregnant. Martina is pregnant, because that shouldn't happen, because her husband, but there's mysteries because her husband programmed Martine to be almost like a better version of his ex-wife. So she's like nice, she doesn't do all the things that he hates, which, like, that's a whole thing in itself, which is annoying. There's like a part where, like, she's, after they bury the body, she's like, Martine gives like the better shower, she does all this, and she's like, oh, she's a better host than I am right now. And she's like, oh, he probably programmed her that way. And I was like, ooh. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and then I'm gonna continue reading. So I'll catch you hopefully when I get further into it. All right, hello. It is Christmas Eve and I am wrapping presents. So I thought I'd jump on and update you on the Echo Wife. So I am enjoying the Echo Wife. What else to say about it? I'm all over the place. Interesting how the science is told of it. And for that, I'm quite enjoying it. We are like in the depths of creating the clone of Nathaniel, her husband. And it's interesting now they're doing his mind, so they have to like go through and see what releases what chemical when, you know, emotions. But with that, she's finding out a lot of things about herself that she doesn't like, or like she didn't realize. And she's also seeing how Martine was created as the better, quote unquote, the better version of her, because she doesn't fidget. She only sleeps. She can only fall asleep when it's 9 o'clock, and then she wakes up at 6:30. No matter what, she has to wait for like orders, basically. So it's very interesting how, honestly, I don't know how well this update's going. Other than that, they are in the lab creating. We find that her assistant was stealing from her and working with her ex, but now they're working together and they're rebuilding that trust. But I am kind of liking it so far. I really like the discussions about clones and stuff and how they're made. It's a fun, like, possibility. Other than that, I don't know if there's much to add on. Hopefully I can finish it today. That'd be fun, because I'm not doing much for Christmas Eve. Let me know how your Christmas Eve was. I know this is long past Christmas. I forget when exactly, but let me know how yours was. Hopefully it was great times. If you celebrate, if not, hopefully you spent time with family. Hopefully you just got to relax. It's always a plus. I guess it is interesting seeing how Evelyn, the main character, remember her name now, interacts with her clone. Once again, hopefully I finish it. It's very, it's an easy read. I really like Sarah Gailey's writing. I think I'd pick up more of her books depending on the end of this one, because it is kind of like, where do you go from here? Because I'm assuming you make the clone, and the clone, both clones live together forever with a baby. Though I am interested how the baby was made, because they said they were sterile. But I'm assuming that because Nathan wanted kids and he programmed it, so that wasn't a thing, that she was able to have kids. So yeah, other than that, just a little short update. I know this was probably bad. Maybe I'll put a little montage in here of all the Christmas Eve festivities. And we'll update tonight before Santa comes. And yeah, so I'll see you then. Yeah, I'm gonna continue rapping and failing at it. So yeah, there's that.
Come on in, come on up, come on over for the merriest time of year. Come on up, come on in, get together for a good time. Smile, my dear. Come on in, come on up, come on over. We'll be dancing round the tree. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. Come on over, it's the friendliest time of year. Come on up, come on in, nothing better than to give the gift of cheer. So come on in, come on up, come on over. We'll be singing all them songs. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba ba da. Ba 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 da ba ba. Yeah, ba 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 ba. Come on in, come on in, get together. Come on in, nothing better. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3.
So I finished Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey last night, and I have mixed feelings about it. I really enjoyed the plot. I loved the science elements of talking about how clones are made and the discussion of sentience. Is that the right word? Sure. And what that means and how like the coding had happened. What I didn't like was the pacing, and I thought a lot of it was a little bit redundant, talking about the same. I felt mostly that it was a lot of like we were dragging on, and it could have been like paced a little bit better. Not so much like editing wise, it was just the storyline. Like there was a lot happening, almost like unneeded information. Eventually, they remake the body of Nathan. She has her baby. They live happily ever after, but then Martine wants to kill Nathan again. But like he's like the perfect clone, like he's doing everything that he's supposed to, and like it's working out exactly as it was planned compared to Martine. I think my biggest problem is following Evelyn was a lot of just looking at Martine and doing a lot of, I don't even think I'm saying that name right, but doing a lot of like self-reflection and like, am I like this? How am I like this? What do I do? Like blah blah blah, a lot of comparisons, which was fine in the beginning, but we were doing it throughout the whole book, and it was almost like she was like mothering her for so long, which I understand why. So I'm not sure if these arguments make sense, but all in all, I think this is going to be a 3.5, maybe 4 star. Really enjoyed it. I'm definitely interested in more of Sarah Gailey's work, and we'll continue with it. But yeah, not a new favorite, but it was a fun time. Much better than the ones we're meant to find. It's interesting that I picked up 2 books about clones, and granted that one's YA, one's adult, but the conversations are the same about sentience, and I think the reason I like the ones we're meant to, or the Echo Wife better, because it was talking more about, I enjoyed what it was talking about more of the sentience and what it really means, how it would impact your life and all of that, compared to the ones we're meant to find, where it was just like skimming the surface of that. And I think that's what I'm coming to find out with YA that I don't like it's just not doing the same thing for me, because it's not going deeper into this topic. But with that said, I started the 3rd and probably final book of this, which is Rabbits by Terry Miles, and I am 50 pages in, and I am very much enjoying this. It is so much fun already, where it's about like a secret game. Our main character, Kay, doesn't have basically photographic memory, but he can like see patterns very easily, and this game is like underground, like no one knows about it, and once you start it, it's very deadly. So there's been like 10 iterations and only one winner. So far not much has happened. I think we're about to get into the game more. It seems like he's run into the game in the past accidentally, and now he's about to like actually go into it. So I'm going to continue reading this. I am very, very intrigued by this. It is giving me Ready Player One vibes with almost like the escape room movie. Yeah, it's kind of like those two things. But yeah, that's what it's giving me. So I'm going to continue on with reading because I want to keep going. Don't want to put it down. And then probably watch the football game with my dad while I continue reading. And we'll meet up tonight. See you then. I think, I don't want to say it too soon, but I think I might have found a favorite book of the year. I am 164 pages into Rabbit, and I am enjoying it so much. Like, I just couldn't put it down. I was just chugging through it, reading nonstop. Like, I wasn't getting distracted. It was so nicely written. It didn't seem like a lot of fluff was in there. It's very short, not short, but concise, and only told you what you needed to know. The way I would describe this, Ready Player One mixed with the escape room, you have with like a fantastical element in it. I'm gonna set that down. We have our main character, Kay, who is fascinated with this game Rabbit ever since accident that killed his friend. But you have that going on, and because of that, like, there's a mysterious monstery thing that is making him lose track of time and seeing things. Like, there was one part where he was seeing a therapist on the 5th floor of a building, but the building only had 4 floors, so like no one really knows what he was doing. Every time he feels that dread, something happens. Like, one time 6 hours passed in the book and like he didn't even know, he didn't even notice he called this person. And the game aspect, like, this game is like high stakes, like people are dying because of it. And then so like once you get started, you're in it and people are dying, and I'm just loving it so much. I don't know if this little synopsis is doing much, but I want to stay up and continue reading, but I also want to go to bed. But like, I think I might have found my new favorite book. This was the whole point of the vlog, a little catch up. Oh, I knew I was so into this, but I am intrigued to see what this Rabbits game is. It's a lot of pattern recognition and seeing things that some could chalk up as coincidental, but actually become a pattern. There's like they talk about that. It's like a Carl Jung, is this here? Carl Jung referred to meaningful coincidences as synchronicity. So that means, like, if I saw, let me just use the example in here. Than me trying to create one. Like, maybe receive 2 wrong number calls 4 minutes and 44 seconds apart, and maybe those 2 numbers are identical except for the area code, or maybe the numbers are completely different but the 2 unrelated callers have the same exact name. So you recognize those patterns and you see how they connect. And our main character, Kay, used to play this game when he was a child with his parents. They would show cards and you'd have to see how each card related to another, like, somehow. And I think that's what a lot of the game aspect is. I will say that, like, we haven't gotten much of the game, but I'm also not missing much of the game. Like, I don't feel like I'm like, what is the game? Because I'm getting these little bits of what is happening. But yeah, just wanted to check in. Hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. I know it's a very easy read, and there's a part of me that wants to check out the audiobook, but I'm enjoying just reading it by myself. So we'll have to see what tomorrow holds, because I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. Stay tuned. My hair definitely looks a mess, but you're not here for that. I'm on page 226 of Rabbit, and I am just enjoying it so much. We are now, like, thoroughly investigating what is happening with this game, and I think there's like some like sci-fi fantastical element of him slipping into another reality, because at this one point we're talking about the game engine that this prolific game creator, I'm just gonna say game creator, it's up with them, and they go to this tower, they call it, which houses the servers for the game, and it's like super lifelike, like graphics, and they're like, how'd you do it? But then he mysteriously goes up into this elevator to the penthouse, talks to this mysterious person, and talks to a person that he thought was dead for a long time. When he comes back down, they go back up together with Chloe, his friend, and Sydney, the game designer, and they see that the penthouse is empty. And so I'm thinking there's this like feeling that he keeps getting pulled under, and time is escaping from him, and he's remembering things that aren't in the real world. It is all about him going into another dimension where time is different, maybe life is different, so maybe like an alternate universe. I don't know, but I'm very intrigued. So now it's giving me the Matrix vibes mixed with Ready Player One, mixed with the National Treasure. Not even National Treasure. I think it's just Ready Player One mixed with the Matrix. I am so here for it. So I'm going to continue reading this. I just got the audiobook from the library, so I was debating whether or not to buy it from Libro, but that hold just came in, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to put my books away because I just filmed my Christmas haul, which will be seen tomorrow for you. And yeah, so that's the end of the update for the book. If you care about my little life and computer problem, stick around. If not, just skip forward. You'll see a montage or me doing something. But hello to those who care. I bit the bullet, and if you've been paying attention or been watching the vlogs, you know I've been debating about selling my computer and getting a laptop, which finally did. I got the MacBook Pro, the 2021 one, and I'm loving it. It's just super huge because my iPad was 11 inches and that's 16. I originally wanted the 14-inch, but Apple's been having shipping delays. I did the same thing when I got my phone. This was like my Christmas present to myself. So I am now officially on like a no buying anything except necessities like gas. And that's it. Because I can't afford anything. Because now I had the right amount, but then they switched it because they didn't have a 14-inch. Well, that, and if I traded it in, I wouldn't be able to, well, if I bought it online, I wouldn't be able to trade in my stuff and I wouldn't have the right money. So being an adult sucks. It's day like 14 and I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna go back to not having problems. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I am gonna finish this today because the vlog needs to get up tomorrow and I need to edit it and it's already so long. It was like an hour and a half of footage. I didn't even put all of the rabbits footage in, so let's just get into the next thing. Next clip. Bye-bye. I hope you can see me. I have no idea. But I have, according to the audiobook, I have 3-ish hours left. It's currently 10:40, and I want to be finishing rabbits today. So we're gonna bunker down, we're gonna stay up so I can edit this in the morning, wrap it up in the morning, and publish it hopefully by tomorrow afternoon. Fingers crossed, but cue the rock song, put in the work. Because we got work to do. And I'm gonna shut up now and start reading. So here we go. Check back in a few when I read it. Yeah. So I'm on page like 330 something, I believe. 90 pages left. And I can't do it. I don't know if I can stay up anymore. But we are deep in the mysteries, and my theory was correct. It was an alternate dimension. We got a multiverse going on. Marvel, where you at? It's all based off of these ley lines underneath the world that are being manipulated to created to like let seep off the pressure, basically. I am still thoroughly enjoying it. There are parts that are a little slow, but and then my other qualm is I can't tell if K is male or female, which it doesn't matter, but the narrator of the audiobook is female, but I thought K was male. Maybe they're non-binary. Go them. I just haven't like found pronouns, but I'm picturing them as a male. But again, could be non-binary. I think we're getting close to taking down the system, so love that. But I need to go to bed because I don't know if this video is going up tomorrow. It might have to go up the day after. We'll have to see. Might see in the morning. I think I did it. Okay, so I finished the rabbits literally like 10 minutes ago, and it was so good. 5 stars. I don't even need to run it through a pile. The ending, I was worried that the ending would not pan out, give me the best conclusion that I want. I will say it was a little iffy. I'm still not exactly sure if I like the ending, but everything else I loved. I haven't read a book where I haven't been able to put it down in a long time. Am I back on my reading shit? I think so. But in the end, I was right about the multiverse, so basically he slips into that, and then well, I don't want to spoil the ending, so I'm not going to tell you. Go read it yourself. Go read Rabbits. I wouldn't recommend the audiobook. I still don't know. It's really not important, but I just want to know. Okay, I really enjoyed them as a main POV. I don't know what their gender is, so I'm just going to go with they, them pronouns. Maybe I'll Google it later, but I really enjoyed it. There's not much... I'm just speechless. The woman was too stunned to speak. This is definitely my top books of the year. Maybe favorite books of all time. It had twists and turns, and I love it. Has one of my favorite, like, I don't know if it's a trope, but like when a person is like evil in the beginning, but then towards the end they're actually been trying to help you, but you've just taken it as an evil person or bad guy. That's always a fun time. I know this isn't wrapping up. I'm just too stunned to speak, but that means I have finished reading some of my anticipated books of 2021, and it was a good time. I gave 3 stars to The Ones We Were Meant to Find by Joan. I believe I gave this 3.54 stars, The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey, and 5 stars to Rabbits by Terry Miles. If you had to pick up a book, pick this up in 2022. Add it to the top of your list. Or one more like little thought. I don't know why I'm having all these thoughts now and not when I recorded this little wrap up. Anyways, I know I keep saying like what it reminds me of, but it's very much reminding me of the Da Vinci Code, the whole Dan Brown series, with the secret organizations, the puzzles that lead you to a different thing, like different treasure and such, and the hidden like lore like built into the world, as well as the Matrix mixed. I would honestly, the Da Vinci Code mixed with the Matrix is what I would comparable titles to this. So if you enjoy those two things or enjoy elements of those two things, I would highly recommend Rabbits. So I'm gonna hop back to Jacob talking about whatever. It has a game element in it, but it's not like a strict game. You kind of don't realize you're playing the game or they're playing the game until what happens, which is the point of the game. So I'm sure you'll hear more about this in my favorites video. I'm in the midst of editing. Well, not currently because I'm driving, but I'm gonna stop playing. I also forgot to mention that the books are all 3 books are intertwined, kind of, that some of the topics are represented in all 3, like clone sentience, science in general and stuff. Oh, it's green. But yeah, just like that. It kind of makes sense, right? I thought I had that in. Wondering, how does Rabbits have anything to do with The Ones We're Meant to Find and The Echo Wife? I would say, because they both talk about great deals in science, hence the name science fiction. They also have talks about like humanity and that idea of once the powerful get to the top, what does it happen? The idea that was represented in The Ones We're Meant to Find, where the lower class gets to the like upper tier, higher class, that they swore they would never do the things and they changed them, but they end up doing the same thing as their predecessors and the evil. So I thought that was a nice reflection. So back to the little ending of this. Thank you so much for watching. What a vlog this has been. This is probably my longest video ever. Thanks for sticking around if you stuck around this long. Let me know which one you've read, if any, which one you're most interested in picking up, because I highly recommend Rabbits. Let's leave a rabbit emoji down below. Tell me how your day was. I hope you had a wonderful day, night, or whatever, and I hope you had fun celebrating whatever you may be celebrating. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe so you can see tomorrow's video. And that was day 4 of Winter Reads. Hopefully if I don't switch it up, but bye.